Hello, friends. Welcome to Nripa's talk show. Today, I have a very special guest, Prince Mariamma Charles. She is a PMP certified project manager in one of the renowned multinational company based out of Mumbai, and she has done also Six Sigma Belt certification in project management and TEDx speaker, and has contributed many aspects from social and youth empowerment point of view. Hello, Prince. Welcome to Nripa's talk show, and thank you for connecting
Hi,
with.
hi, Nripa. Hi, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. So probably today we basically I connected with earlier also, but today let us focus on the job seekers point of view. Uh, Probably a lot of youths in India abroad are confused about the different pathway in the jobs and what are the skills and technologies are required. So I thought let me start with how was your job search experience when you started your first jobs? Do you like to share with my audience, please?
Yeah, definitely. So when I started my job search, mainly it was through different job portals which was available that time, Naukri and LinkedIn was not that active those days, but I started mainly in Naukri and Monster.com. And I started job search after my MSc examination was completed and I was waiting for my results. I got a job in one of the pharma and I continued there for some time. Later on, when I got an opportunity, a proper opportunity where I wanted in biotech sections, I received the job call through my professor's advice. And this interview was so great that after I joined this company, I continued for almost 3 years and it was a great learning experience. So for me, the job search started with my academics, with the help of my professors and my then friends. And later on, it continued with the help of the network that I built over the period of time. Yeah.
So basically, what at the end, what gives you the jobs? Basically, of course, your academic qualification, but your networking skills and what are the learning from your job search, basically.
Yeah. So I'll share just my one experiences when we are invited for any forum, whether it is for a seminar or conferences. We need to apply the skills that we have, whether it is asking questions, whether it is interacting, networking with all the team members and the available delegates who have been invited for these seminars and conferences, so that we have a better good network with all these professionals around the industry, get the understanding, get the knowledge sharing, and then once we understand that okay, as per our capabilities and our skills, we are ready to join the new firm, it is a good opportunity for each one of us. So for any newbie, my request is just enhance your basic skills with respect to communication or with respect to um, Excel or PowerPoint. Basic at least should be required, and more important is networking. As far as you network well with your professors and with your friends and your colleagues, it will be a great start to join any organization.
As far as first job is concerned, right?
Yes, yes. And these job portals, they are amazing. Nowadays, even the Naukri and LinkedIn portfolios are pretty good in giving you a job search. And because of the AI, you are now capable of, identifying exactly as per your skills, which jobs should you pursue. And how these few companies, they keep on putting on these portals the availability of jobs. uh, so you have to be on track of it and you have to apply and follow up mainly. That is the key to get any job in the market.
Yeah, thank you. So summary is basically keep on applying the different job portal and keep doing the follow up, and also on top of that, try to have a good network with your friends, professors, and those academic people who have been connected. That is what you mean, right?
Exactly, you have to show interest that you are keen in joining,
Yeah.
and hence you are following up that strongly.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you so much, Mariam. So let's move to the next one. Probably you as a project manager, now you handle a big teams such a big organizations. You also involved in some of the hiring process, I'm very sure. So considering all this background, do you want to share what do you expect from a new employee or who want to join in your organizations? What are the top 3 4 key skills probably that you are looking for from them, so that they can also prepare accordingly?
Yeah. So out of all the skills that are mandatory for a project manager, the key skills which any organization will look forward is mainly agility, or
Right.
what you call the flux transcendence is the new key, what you say is the topmost key. Why? Because this skill is something you get adapted to any situation. In this pandemic has taught us everything, that you have to be agile in any situation, any circumstances. So agility, adaptability is one key skills which is required in any stakeholder, whether in any this organization is changing, transforming every single day. And over the period of time we have seen such big transformation, almost 180-degree, 360-degree transformations within the organization as well. So hence the first topmost skill which we look forward is the ability to be adaptable in any kind of changing situations.
Yeah.
You have to be agile and you have to be adaptable, and you are required to change in given situation. That is the topmost skill. Apart from that, the second most important skill is communication, or building network with the stakeholders that you're working for. So I'm not saying that if you're an introvert and you are not that great with your communication, it will hamper you. But with respect to getting your message across the team, across the stakeholder, is very, very important in managing any project successfully. So, as a project manager, your responsibility is to address the right message across the right stakeholder at the right time. These are the three things which is important. And last but not the least is empathy. This is one skill which I don't know whether it is hyped in the industry, yes or no, but empathy is one thing which is very important today's day. If you understand people's problem or stakeholders problem in with respect to any project, it will help you to drive through any project successfully without having to struggle much. Because in these situations, or when you are not able to control people's emotions, and you don't have empathy, the team won't be successful in any given projects. So according to me, these are the top three skills which is required for any project manager. First is the agility, second is the communication, and third, last and not least, but is empathy.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. So, uh, I believe these are skills not only for project management aspirant, for others people as well, isn't
Yes,
it today?
yes,
Y-
definitely.
Yeah. And what do you think? These skills can be improved, or these skills has to? What is your thought process basically, right? How these
Uh,
skills can be learned over a period of time?
Yes. All these three skills, apart from the other skills, definitely which are required, can be built up over the period of time. Even if you are not, you are not 100% into those skills, or a perfectionist in the skills. Nobody is perfect in any skills, but you develop those skills over the period of time. Be it agility, you adapt yourself. You have to be rigid enough to adapt yourself in any given circumstances. So you build it over a time period of time. There may be circumstances, or there may be such environments where you are not ready at that moment, but you have to create or slowly develop that mindset to move or shift your mindset towards the agile environment. So slowly and steadily, as you try to adapt to this agile environment, it will be better you for a person, not only professionally but in personal aspects as well. And
Yeah.
talking about the communication is something which also can be built up slowly and steadily. Nobody is a perfect communicator right at the beginning, but you develop those skills over the period of time. And that is where the main core requirement is getting the right message. So that also is required slowly and steadily as you build up and as you converse with more and more team members, more and more stakeholders across the cross functional teams. You will be able to develop their skills definitely. And empathy is something which probably you develop as a person right from the beginning of your childhood. But yes, that also can be developed if you understand people's nature. You will be able to slowly have it and maybe train yourself to develop it in perfect manner. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I agree. Probably there are some organization leaderships. When you start following the people around, how the senior people or the empathetic leader behaves, right? So those kind of close observation will also help some extent, I believe, to develop the empathy part.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, the next part is probably basically then you are from project management background, so of course there are two horizons in industry as far as job market is concerned, right? One is technology roles, where primarily it is data science, software skills, and so on. Other is project management role. Of course, there is a finance, HR, and so on. But let's talk about the IT part, where project manager, scrum master, project coordinator, and for the PMO support and so on. So these are the huge job market today, right? And of course, play very significant role for overall project delivery and so on. And there is huge demand as well. So what is the pathway to get this kind of job, Princey?
So all these functions, whether it is project coordinator, project manager, all these the pathway, as I mentioned, for any job with respect to this remains the same.
Yeah,
Having the network and building, coordinating with all the team members, and having a strong connect with your professors.
yeah,
But navigating through these job roles is also very important if you want to have a strong build connect with your team, be it project coordinator. There are so many internal job postings also which comes up in any organization, and you can get a feel of every of these roles as you coordinate or as you have a conversation with these team members. So the selection of any of these job roles like coordinator or manager remains the same, but you need to have this what do you say you need to have this conversation with each all these stakeholders to understand how different each role is from the others.
yeah. What are the basically pathway? What are the skills to get this job? Of course, the some of the certification, industry certification will help, right? And do you want to elaborate this part? Basically, how they can get this kind
Yeah.
of roles, job?
Yes. So the few skills which are important for any of these roles is number one is apart from the top three skills which I mentioned is um, is first of all the Excel. At least have a proper Excel training done so that you have a strong foundation. Second is the presentation. PPTs are something which is required, the skill that is required for you to present in any of the given reviews or any highest senior management meetings. And apart from that, a PMP certification gives you a head gives you a notch up amongst the other team members. If you have, or if if you are selected for an interview, it gives you a higher end, because PMP certification is something which is required in any given project coordinator or project manager. It gives you a full 360-degree view of all the stages which is required for coordinating a project successfully, right from the beginning, initiation phase to the closing phase, all the steps, whether it is monitoring or execution or closing, each and every step is closely discussed and understood. So yeah, PMP is also which I highly recommend as a skill for any project manager who wants to see project management as a job or as a career.
Yeah, along with the Scrum certification as well, I believe, right? This is also not will help you. Yeah,
Yeah, in whether so Scrum is something which, as you mentioned, I'm just saying about the Excel, PPTs, and PMP. Scrum and Agile project management are also an add-ons, which will definitely help any given individual.
Yeah. So along with that top three skill that you talked earlier, right? Communications, empathy, and all, you also wanted that somebody should do the PMP or Scrum certification, along with making
Mm.
himself or herself excel good in terms of basic skill and PowerPoint presentations. That is what your overall suggestion, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. No, thank you. I think it makes sense to my audience. So now next point is basically that communication skills are like too much of higher discussion nowadays from job seeker point of view. So I would
Mm.
love to understand from you, right? Of course, for technical persons, the communication requirement will be little less compared to non-technical persons, right? Similarly,
Mm.
communication skills will be for senior project manager will be much much more expectations compared to the project coordinator and so on, right? So do you want to share your experience, right? What either it is too much of hype today, or it is really required, if required, for each of these different roles, junior to top level management, what kind of expectation and why?
So Nripa, with respect to communication, as I mentioned, it's not much hype, but yes, as you see nowadays, any platform, any social media platform, whether any Facebook or Insta or LinkedIn or anywhere, communication is asked as as a prime skill in any job opportunity.
Mm.
So in project management, also communication is important. However, as I mentioned earlier, it's not that if you are an introvert or if you are not able to, talk to many people uh, at one go, or you're not comfortable talking to strangers, you won't be a good project manager or good project coordinator. It's just that over the period of time, you need to have a connect with the team and the members around you, and understand how are you going to get your project given project successfully delivered at the right time. So communication is a prime skill, which, if not hyped, is important if you are going to get your message across at the right time to the right stakeholder. So over the period of time, what I would recommend is have a connect with your team and slowly and steadily try to improve on your communication skills. If at all you're not very comfortable technically, if you're very strong, it's absolutely fine. But communication is something, as you build up over the period of time in front of senior management, there are 3 point techniques which they say, right? You begin with the background of what are you going to talk about and why are you going to talk about. The why is very very important. And second is what, and what are you actually telling, what is the message all about, what is the project is all about, that you have to explain to the senior management. And finally is the conclusion, you are summarizing the entire presentation. So these are the three steps which, in if you are able to communicate these three steps effectively in any given project to the senior management, you are successful. It's not a much hyped skill, but if you are able to do this 3 point technique, you will be able to deliver it seamlessly. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, whatever message that he or he wanted to communicate to his stakeholders, not necessarily very impressive way, but in the basic way. Of course, that should be improved over a period of time. That
Mm.
is what you are trying to say about the communication part. But more importantly, communication is one aspect, but uh, that is about the message part. But the message will become positive when he is internally positive overall, attitude wise, and then overall his mindset wise, and those
Yes.
skills are more important, don't you think so?
Yeah, definitely. So as I mentioned, empathy, which I mentioned, is something having a connect with your team members. So that can only be developed if you have a great mindset. And what I mean by a great mindset is nothing but having an attention to the present moment.
Yeah.
And these are the few things which are required in having those sets within you, whether it is having a cool mind in any given situation, not losing
Exactly.
out your patience, in the any harsh situations that may come up. And meditation is something which I highly recommend in any team member or any member who would like to enhance their skill. Meditation is something which has helped me personally to be calm and composed in any situation which might, if I might come out of my comfort zone and have to deliver something. The meditation is something which has helped me immensely and helped me remain calm and composed in any given situation. So yeah.
Yeah. No, makes sense. Even I am doing that meditation and it helped me a lot. I think what is your message? Basically, communication is one part of the conveying the message, but more importantly, cool, calm, and relax in a difficult situation, and
Mm,
an empathy towards the others, having a positive mindsets while dealing with pupils. Those are more important, right? And no attention in details. Those are more important than conveying the message. If these skills are there, automatically message will go positive.
exactly. And as it that can be meditation can be as simple as just put a timer of 5 minutes and just uh, concentrate on your breathing and be present in that moment. So just having this realization of your breathing in and breathing out just for 5 minutes timer is it is as simple as that. Those 5 minutes in the morning will have an very positive impact throughout the day in helping you going through the task seamlessly.
Definitely. Probably we'll have one more podcast on meditation part.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Then, okay. Next point is, I think it is very beautifully explained, Princy. Thank you. So next is basically that we are coming towards closure anyway. Uh, that conflict, right? The conflict is bound to happen anyway, as we have also undergone some training on leadership and so on. Either for a student, job seekers, it is like something which is unavoidable, right? So, do you want to share some of your experience on the conflict part and how people have resolved it, and why it is so crucial to understand that conflict management issues nowadays, even for the job seekers or the for the student who are working in a small project within the academic setup and so on.
Definitely. So, Nripa, it is very common for while handling any project or or working in any environment to not have a conflict, whether it is with your team members or your managers or the cross-functional team. It is bound to happen some period of the time. So, conflict management, managing this conflicts is one skill which is today's requirement. Where what you do is, even if there are conflicts which you encounter during the project, my recommendation to you is, even if you are having a conflict, you need to have a basic tone to manage that conflict. You cannot go beyond the professional toning. And what I mean by that is, um, that having a calm and composed composure even during conflicting against any subject, that is one thing. And having a proper tone when you are having this conflict discussion with any stakeholder, and if at all um, you cross that tonality, what I would recommend is, you try to you try to come back to the proper tone once you realize that you are out of the tone that is required. And in professional environment, if at all you are having a conflict with any stakeholders during a professional meeting setup, you can always bring that person into your favor by just what I would say is highlighting the key features of that stakeholder. For example, in my real life experience, in one of my meetings, there was one stakeholder who was not very happy with the work, and he was overwhelmed with the amount of work that was given. And he started the argument, as in, it is too much for us, it's not possible for us to complete within the given timeline that you are projecting. And it is not realistic at all. And there are so many things that needs to be managed. And he went beyond the meeting decorum of actually increasing his tone and conflicting in those meetings. So at that moment, what I realized is, if these kind of stakeholder, you try to cool down and you try to manage that person by just praising that person in front of everyone, which helps him to calm down. So what I did was I actually understood that he's not very happy, but I just praised him that, uh, Mr. This, you are actually an expert in handling these kind of projects, and having an expert handling this project in a given timeline is something which I expect, and I know that you and your team will deliver it definitely, to have this project delivered successfully. So since he was an expert already, he being recognized within the team members and within this cross functional teams, uh, he felt favored and he felt actually good that okay, my skills are actually recognized in front of meetings, which probably won't be happening usually in meetings around. So when he felt that importance given, he actually realized that the importance of the project delivering at that particular time is very very important, and he then agreed that if he will try his level best to deliver it, and he will try to deliver in the given timeline. And and to tell you the fact, this project, which was expected almost a month later, was delivered a 1 week prior than the given timeline from the same stakeholder, just probably because he that boosted his confidence within himself and also within his team members. So this is something which I will highly recommend in any conflict, or managing this conflict within your team members and across the cross functional, to understand, to have a empathy, to have a calm and composed composure, and you will definitely sail through the conflicts in any given situations.
Yeah, I agree. Basically, you are saying you highlight his positive aspect and give him the strength and
Yes,
required confidence to rather than discouraging him, right? So that he will be more comfortable
exactly,
to, yeah. Yeah, I think
exactly.
it is one of the good good learnings from handling the conflict. Yeah, other aspects I feel in the conflict part, basically the cultural issues, right? We Indian sometimes become little aggressive. We lose the boundaries, and sometimes we go become more closer. And sometimes again something goes wrong, we pull back and so on and so forth. I think those the boundary in any relation is very important. That is what I feel sometimes.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely. Creating a boundary, any situation, whether it is professional, personal, creating a boundary and not crossing that boundary will definitely help in managing any conflicts in any situations.
Exactly. And probably we should be honest enough ourselves. Whatever things we can do, we can do. We can't do, we can't do. But sometimes we feel it is our culture, of course, that we feels hesitate to say no in some of the stops when some senior colleagues asking the
Hmm.
requests, right? And then later we are not able to deliver. So it is some
Hmm.
of the cultural aspects, and all. I think it is all about maturity and some of the leadership initiatives to reduce all these uh, cultural challenges, and eventually will help to overall conflict management. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. So as you mentioned, rightly mentioned, Nipa, about the having your boundaries, and apart from that, also understanding the why. So, as you mentioned, we Indians are hesitant to say no, but if you try to prioritize and understand that out of the whatever given projects and asked us to do at a given timeline, you understand that why is one particular project given that importance, or probably why is that particular activity given more importance. Just think, sit down and think about it, why it is important, and that why will definitely give you that answer of whether it is prioritizing that particular product or that particular project over the other, and having this sail across any project or any delivered discussions that you have, while having a proper kind of a conflict with your senior managers.
Yeah, makes sense. So with this, I think let's wrap up. But I would love to hear just three key messages for our job seekers and student community who want to get the job in the project management field, or yeah, or in general. What is your suggestion, Prince?
Um, the top three message for any job seekers: one is start building your skill set. That is very, very important. Don't just start looking for jobs. Main is be in your yeah, in your skill set. Try to develop it as strong as possible. And over the period of time, these skill sets will help you sail across any situation. Second is try to look out for opportunities across where within the community, within the focus industry that you're looking out for. Go through the current news, what exactly is happening around the world, and be active on these portals, whether it is Naukri, whether it is type of it is LinkedIn. Be as active as possible and try to have these connects within the team members of these organizations which you are targeting for. And third is uh, don't get discouraged any period of time, any moment of time when you are not able to get the right time. Be agile and be confident that you will definitely sail through, and start and build that strong skill set. And those skill set, if you keep on posting or if you keep on enhancing it, a right job will definitely land at your feet at the right moment. So yeah, that is my message for all the new job seekers out there.
Yeah, no, I think it was great. So you are saying the skill, build up the skill set. Third one is
Yeah.
consistently apply to different job portals, and then consistently focus and be motivated. That is what your whole message, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Princey. It was insightful discussions from the job search point of view, from the industry's project management point of view. I look forward to connect with you again in the next podcast. Thank you so much for your valuable time and insights.
Thank you so much, Nipa. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.